My name is Kimberly Hostetter, and I am here to tell you about Mission Santa Clara de Asís. Out of the 21 missions that were built in California, Mission Santa Clara de Asís was the 8th mission to be built. It was founded on September 8, 1771 by Father Junipero Serra and was built in 1777. Father Serra was in charge of all the California missions that were built. Come on, let's go take a look inside. The very first Mass was held in 1777. Padre Viader was the priest at the time. When the Spanish came to build the missions, they wanted to convert the Native Americans to Christianity. They made the Native Americans build adobe bricks for the buildings, take care of the livestock, tan leather, make tools, weave, and farm. The men and older boys would work in workshops, work in fields, or construct buildings. The women spun thread, made clothes, and cooked meals. The children would go to school where the padres taught them. Building the mission was hard work. The Spanish also taught them about God, but the Native Americans were not allowed to follow their own traditions and religious beliefs. At the end of the day, the Native Americans sang, played, and danced. After a hard day of work, the Native Americans would take a 2-hour break in the patio. Many would take a siesta. A siesta is an afternoon nap. Then, after waking up, they would go back to work until dinner. California missions were built a day's walk apart. They were outposts for the passing people. The missions were like hotels. People could stay in them and get fed. They would usually eat crops such as corn, wheat, and barley. One very interesting point about Santa Clara de Asís is that it was the first mission to be named after a woman, Saint Clare of Assisi. Over the church entrance, there are statues of 3 people. The center statue is Saint Clare, the nun. On the left of her is a statue of John the Baptist, and on the right is Saint Francis of Assisi. In front of the church, there is a large wooden cross. It is the original cross from the mission days, built in January 1777, and is now covered with redwood to protect it. On the right side of the church is the mission garden. The mission garden is very beautiful. It has more than 400 rose bushes. The garden also has the mission cemetery. The graves date way back to the 1700s. People such as Father John Nobili and James Murphy were buried here. James Murphy is the son of the pioneer family that founded the city of Sunnyvale, California. Mission Santa Clara de Asís was destroyed by a terrible fire in 1926 that caused the mission to burn down. After that, the mission was rebuilt like the original as much as possible, except they painted the ceiling pale pink and blue instead of red and yellow. Santa Clara de Asís is still an active Catholic church today. Mass is held 8 times a week. Weddings here are so popular that reserving a spot a year and a half ahead is strongly recommended. There are other events such as choir recitals and concerts held here. In fact, my family recently attended a show called The Festival of the Virgin Mary here. I hope you have enjoyed learning about Mission Santa Clara de Asís as much as I have. I highly recommend visiting Mission Santa Clara de Asís. My whole family thought it was a beautiful place to visit.